Hey guys, I just wanted to thank you all so much before my review started. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoy the content and if you want to, my Twitch link is down below as long as my Discord. I stream Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays around 9 p.m. Central. And I also stream the occasional Wednesday as well. I also noticed during post-editing that there are some dropped frames throughout, or not throughout the video, at the end of the video. I will get that fixed in my next video. I plan on making much more World of Warcraft videos because, spoiler alert for this video, I'm loving it. And if you've been thinking about it, I think you will love it too. A couple weeks ago, I picked up World of Warcraft. And there's a reason for it. I was heavily invested into Destiny. I thought the new season was really awesome up until a point. And that point was the side grades. There is a problem right now in Destiny 2's loot economy where everything feels like a side grade. And that's unfortunate. And I had this grind itch. And so I started grinding Twitch, hoping to resolve the Destiny 2 itch. It didn't. I played Dark Souls for a little bit, but I missed grinding. I missed grinding for quality gear. And that's where World of Warcraft comes in. Now, I want to make this very clear. I have not reached endgame yet. I'm about 40 levels away from hitting endgame, but I'm not there yet, and hence why the title, the thumbnail, it is all pointing to a noob's perspective on WoW. There aren't a lot of videos on new people's impersonation. Now, I know Shadowlands comes out soon, in 2020 for sure, Blizzard says. And so that's kind of where we are right now. Now, I really want to nail a couple points. My first point is going to be how I feel about the leveling in World of Warcraft. That is a massive thing that a lot of people are worried about. Are they going to have to sink a ton of time into leveling? And we'll get into that. The second thing I really want to touch on is the factions and war mode. Because I've had some fun on stream with war mode. Some might say griefing with war mode. I'm from Dark Souls. Griefing is, I mean, I know people don't look down on it. They look down on grieving. But and then I really want to touch on the world design. So we're gonna head over here. So what I really want to talk about right now is the leveling. If you are a WoW vet and you're watching this, and obviously you know I'm in Cataclysm. I've finally reached it. Now, for new people, how do you level? I've heard that it takes forever to level. So here's the thing. If you are going to focus on just getting to endgame and not enjoying the journey up until endgame, you will likely hate World of Warcraft, because there's this thing constantly dangling in front of you that you're trying to chase, and instead of it being a marathon, you're trying to turn leveling into a sprint. When if you are brand new, you're not going to have the items, you're not going to have heirlooms for the experience, the extra experience, and all of that. But right now, up until the pre-patch for Shadowlands, they have this thing turned on called Winds of Wisdom, and that increases the experience gained by 100%. When I saw that, I downloaded the free version at first. When I saw that, instantly I was kind of relieved. Because 10 years ago, when I tried World of Warcraft for the first time, that wasn't there, and it took hours and hours and hours just to get a flying mount. Not to say it still takes hours to get a flying mount, and that is my favorite way of transportation. I still think, even in the modern era of gaming, having a flying mount where you can just fly wherever, essentially, really, really stands out amongst gaming. Now, here's the awesome part about leveling. There are things in place to where if you get bored of a quest line, if you get bored of something, they have Breadcrumb Quests. You hit this adventures icon, and it gives you suggestions for your current level, and it'll get you there. I have various quest lines that I can do, various dungeons, skirmishes. I still need to do a secondary profession. And then when you get to level 15, if you have the paid subscription version of World of Warcraft, the Dungeon Finder unlocks. And this mixes up the monotony of the grind, because not only are you going to be taken care of with loot, but you're also going to be taken care of with experience. And that's something incredibly important. Because in the dungeons, that's where you will frequently find blue tier gear, which is rare. And that gives significant boosts to stats so that it makes questing a little easier. And it gives boosts to experience so that it makes your questing shorter. So all in all, I love the leveling aspect of World of Warcraft. This is my first character, and I know Shadowlands is having a complete rework of the leveling system. So I'm just going to hang on to this character until Shadowlands comes out, and then I will make a new character. Now let's talk about War Mode. If you are Alliance, you get a 25% increased boost to killing monsters and completing quests. If you have War Mode on, if you are Horde, you have a 10% because there are more Horde. War Mode is a nightmare in early levels, and it's fun in late levels. because in these late level areas, a lot of the time you are going to be running into people leveling around the same pace as you. So you will be fighting people around your level, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. I've had a couple experiences where I ran into a horde trying to get to a quest mob, and then the Dark Souls side of me came out, and I was like, oh, I'm going to kill him, take his quest mob, and then come back and kill him again. Now, not everyone does that, but I've had that done to me when I was low level. I've had a horde mode, or a horde kill the flight path person at a location that I needed the flight path from. So I had to wait about 10 minutes. So there's something that comes with getting a higher level, and you're like, okay, now I can actually fight for myself. So war mode, all in all, changes up the monotony. You run into a horde, you run into the opposite faction, and all of a sudden, like, your heart starts pumping a little, because you're like, oh shoot, I may die. And dying in this game affects my durability. It costs money to repair stuff. And then you get your first war mode kill, and you're like, oh my, I can do it. Now, let's move on to the environment. So overall, I'd say war mode, fantastic. I love that aspect of World of Warcraft. And it trains you for battlegrounds, which is another thing. It is the PvP, or you could do arena. I'm not ready for arena. But there is battlegrounds, and those are some of the most epic battles that I have seen take place in a game. It actually feels like you are a part of a war. You are actually doing something in the game. Because from what I've experienced, it is always allied versus horde. And so, like, it feels like you're going at it with the opposing faction. Now, let's talk about the environments. Because for me, see, this guy, he is obviously way higher level than me, so I'm not even going to try messing with him. But the environments are incredible. This is an environment in Cataclysm. This is kind of, from what I've gathered, this is the Earth realm, and this is where, like, all the elements and stuff come from Earth. I think that guy was trying to attack me. So I'm just gonna go in here. There's another area which I will show you. And this is kind of where the battle is happening for Earth, on the Earth. So I will see you there once I get there. Now, this is Hyjal. And this is kind of where the war on Earth is starting to happen. And you see this is a blood elf. So if I wanted to, I could go attack him. I'm not going to. I don't really feel like it. All of the areas in World of Warcraft are so incredibly diverse, and each zone has its own story. So this is like the war above Earth right now. See, there he goes. And everything in these zones are just so incredibly unique. There's another zone that's completely underwater. Not my favorite zone, but there is a spell you unlock that is casted on you whenever you go in the water that makes your movement speed so much faster. It makes, if you're a druid and you go into travel form, like, you turn into a seal on, like, I don't even know, but it's incredible. So overall, just on these three things, I'm going to be making some more videos on this. This is a game that has stolen my heart and my attention. It's something that I think about. It's something that I look forward to getting onto. It is a completely new world full of opportunity. I haven't even touched the auction house. I haven't touched the economy. I haven't touched on a lot. So I will be doing a follow-up review. I will be talking more about these elements of the game. But overall, if you've been thinking about World of Warcraft, try the starting edition. Experience a few levels, get to about level 20, and if you're really liking it and want to continue the grind, subscribe to World of Warcraft. I know it's a monthly subscription, but if you get burnt out, you can always unsubscribe. My Twitch channel is linked down below. My Discord linked down below. Join me on my live stream. Join me in this adventure of World of Warcraft. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye.